So the mental tool that I'll be discussing today is cognitive reappraisal. This actually goes hand in hand with my mental skill that I've been talking about for the past couple of weeks, which is emotion regulation. So cognitive reappraisal is the process of changing the way one thinks about a situation in order to alter its emotional impact. It involves reframing negative or stress-inducing situations into a positive or neutral light, which can help an athlete regulate their emotional response. Um, when it comes to the connection that this tool has with my skill, it is pretty simple. The cognitive reappraisal is a key emotion regulation strategy because it helps an athlete modify their emotional responses to challenges, mistakes, or high pressure situations by reinterpreting them. By reinterpreting an event such as a missed shot or overthrown pass, um, the athlete can reduce their feelings of frustration, anxiety, or anger, and instead use this on focusing on learning and improving from the situation. Initially teaching my tool, I would just explain that emotions are influenced by our thoughts. I would use real life situations where reframing a negative situation into a learning opportunity can reduce emotional distress. I would use present scenarios such as a missed shot in practice or in a game, and I would have the athlete practice reinterpreting these negative situations into positive or having a neutral or positive perspective on the situation. When it comes to practicing this mental tool, I would encourage my athlete to practice cognitive reappraisal at least 3 to 4 times per week, especially especially after a challenging practice or even a challenging game. Reappraisal should be used immediately after an emotional response. This is when it is most effective. The, the athlete can also practice during mental rehearsal sessions in quiet settings where they might not actually be on the court or in the field at the time. And then last but not least, self-regulation is a very important aspect here. In my opinion, my athlete would keep a journal to monitor their emotional responses. This is the only way that they will be able to identify the triggers that trigger these different emotional responses during these games. Once they recognize these patterns in their emotional responses, then they'll be able to reinterpret the situations. And this is when cognitive reappraisal comes in.